most of us in the southern part of Nigeria really want a country of our own, by now we should embody the revolutionary mindset of those seeking Biafra. Today, the problem in this country, as agreed by all the collective, are the northerners, right? If we want a country that will be a pride to us, just as it is in Burkina Faso today, we all must embody that revolutionary mindset. Let me show you what the Burkina Faso are doing with their children now. Then I will not bring it back home. What the Nigerian government is doing to its own children.
She, like many of her peers, have had competition. It's a situation that has had an impact on her output along with jobs. But since the announcement of the ban late in September, work has resumed on a daily basis. Burkina Faso is a major cotton producer and exporter in the West Africa.
Wait now, guys, you are not the one to dictate to us now. Guys, they are not good.
I just 90-something you. That's something that these days. That's what the children say. My case is different than about child. What is
Hello. Please, maybe the recording can just stop for now.
You can see the clear difference, just like white and black. In Burkina Faso today, the young children, right? Children within the ages of 7 to 16 are being trained on textile milling. Some of them are trained in what? In welding. But bring down, come back our own house. Then Moku take come go north. Because whether we like it or not, right? For as long as there's an entity in Africa called Nigeria, why we in the south are trying to be the good, enlightened, educated, civilized, developed. You see those guys in the north? They go carry their eba, their 7 days eba, we don't cold, we don't they come off fungi, throw it upon us. And by extension, it rubs on our reputation. So if we want that country, you see, the Biafrans have been fighting for over 40 to 50 years now. They are fighting, they have not been able to get it, but they know where they are going, right? Now, we, the Yorubas, we the Ijaws, we want to have our own entity. We are tired of sharing the failure of the North as part of our own. Yet we don't want to have that revolutionary mindset, that revolutionary commitment. We must be joking. Look at what they are doing to the Northerners. The small children who are supposed to be in school. Just yesterday, Tinubu has sent almost 70 Almajiri children, right? He has sent them to court. Those children will be remanded. They might be in prison. These are children, some of them are less than 10 years old. Some of them are less than 11 years old. But one thing we know is some of these children, if they fall into the hands of Boko Haram bandits, in fact, those ones will give them free meal. On a daily basis, what I've heard, they give those children who are being newly recruited into those non-state actors, militias, they give them, I think, almost 1,500 or 2,000 on a daily basis, eating free meal. When you add everything together with the, high cost of living in Nigeria today, everything is totaling to almost 5,000 naira. That means in a month, children are earning like 150,000. All they need to do is be a confirmed Almajiri. And we are complaining that Nigeria is in this state. Why will it not be in this state? Why will Nigeria not be in this state? When we, the Southerners, we have not been able to encapsulate, to carry that courage of the people who are seeking for their own emancipation. But instead, we will see that the Southwest are vilifying the Southeast. The South are envious of the Southeast, right? Because if Nigeria was working, everybody would have come together to what we call table of common interest. Okay, how do we move this country forward? But in a situation whereby some people are thinking on how to invent a turbo jet. I saw a young guy, Zico Abara. That guy is in Ebonyi State. That guy has been able to create a self-sustaining jet engine, like an Ebonyi boy. And would you believe that some people from the north in his comment section are saying that this is against Sharia law? That innovation and invention is against Sharia law. This is why you see that they are so back, archaic people. You wonder why they say Boko Haram. They are so against it. And then I went into that comment section and I responded, Oga, if you are truly a Sharia man, what are you doing in this guy's comments? Because as far as I'm concerned, Sharia do not give you that telephone. Sharia did not give you the connectivity to join us in this internet space. Just go into your Almajiri school and be reciting the Alif Fatiha there. So it is apparent that at this juncture, we the Southerners, the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Ijos, our own mindset is, how can we be a developed people? How can we meet our counterparts across the world in development? While those ones calling themselves Northerners are bothered about the guy who is the smartest that can cram the Quran back page to front page. You know, I mean, they are all after who is going to be the most brilliant Quranic scholar. I mean, what baffles me is this same religion is what a country like Burkina Faso practices. This same religion is a country like Senegal practices, right? But in West Africa today, this our northern, should I say brother, because I'm beginning to even, to argue this our relationship, because I don't see them as brothers. I cannot find that relationship, that similarities that we share other than the color of our skin. Right? Now, this same religion, the Saudis do not rate them. In fact, Saudi Arabia, just last week, their richest billionaire went inside Burkina Faso, had a meeting with the Ibrahim Traore guy on investment he wants to bring down. He intends to take his infrastructural, company down there. He wants to set up some technological company down there, right? But when you come to the table of discussion, our northern supposed brothers will tell you they are the most religious people in Africa. They will even tell the Southwesterners who are practicing that same Islam, they will tell them that they are fake Muslims, that they don't know how to truly practice these Muslims. The Saudi Arabians embrace Western education. The Saudi Arabians are highly deep-rooted into what we call science and technology. Right? But of course, our own northern brothers are against Western civilization. In fact, they are doing everything possible to go through the back door. They want to sneak in and then infuse Sharia law into our system, whereby if you do not obey that Sharia law, you'll be fined in the Sharia, with the Sharia values and systems. We must understand that it seems Tinubu is now becoming a blessing to us. Because what I'm seeing now is the Northerners have been excruciated. Some of them are now saying, if I had known, I would not have voted for Tinubu, I would have voted for Peter Obi. And I'm beginning to see that maybe this is the prayer we the Southerners have been praying for, that serious hunger to knock those Northerners, hit them hard. Because what I am seeing now is some of these Northerners are now demanding for their whole northern states. Oh God of mercy, we are thanking you. We pray these Northerners continue to collect that Tinubu pills. We call it T-pain pills. Make T-pain choke them well, so that they will now go to the street and say, okay, we want they go. we one day go one, but in fact, you know what we are going to do in the south? We'll be so happy because I don't think if you ask one southerner, just one today, that do you still want to remain in this contraption called one Nigeria? I don't think one southerner will hesitate, will respond to that in less than 1 second. All the southerners understand that why we are being held down is because of these so-called people in the north.
That's why I said sometimes when we see most of these things, we keep quiet in terms of we talk. For me, the best thing, because it's inhuman. We treat our fellow human being like animals. And these people go to church, they go to mosque and they pray. What kind of God do they pray to? For God's sake. It's really bad that they don't have common sympathy for young
Begin
people.
to
If they
answer
don't have sympathy for
what
young
kind of
children, who would they ever have sympathy for? How would their conscience, their children at home like this, watch those videos? They could not tell their dad that this thing is very bad. People should do something about it. Or does it mean that they don't even have children? They don't have people who have conscience around them to tell them that they should do something about it? Because what I'm saying it is these people today, who knows the next person tomorrow? Because you keep quiet for a today. You don't know who is the next person tomorrow. And that is how things has deteriorated in this country to the stage we are now. That we keep on we say we are managing and we are managing and we are managing and we are seeing ourselves in hellfire. This cannot stop as far as I'm concerned. This wouldn't have even stopped any protest. Because one dies, now one day person they die. That's the way me I normally say my own. Because sometimes you just ask yourself, why are you even alive in this kind of terrible country? Okay, the world look at this video now. They look at it. And the president, I've not really, because I've not really been online for some time. I heard that Biden sent a message to our president. What kind of message do you send to a country where you have people being treated like this? Children, what do they steal? What do they steal? If they are carrying flag, they should have checked their mental reasoning. They should have passed through a lot of things to even know if they know the reason of the flag they are carrying. They even know the country that owns the flag. Do they even know the country that owns the flag? Or do they think those children are the ones that are going to come and overthrow the president? I really feel very bad. And for me, if things continue to happen like this, we are really in trouble. And we are in a big mess. That's just what I have to say. Thank you.
So I think our judiciary has it's flexible for the criminals to manipulate. That is me just saying. I will give an example. If you catch thief now, we thief something on top street, the thief prefer make police catch him than make people catch him. Because the thief feels more comfortable with the police, they can bail him. But if he's with the mob, they can break his leg or burn him alive. So you get. So I think our system, the police system, the judiciary system, needs to be rejigged. Then for these boys, if they were well kept, because these boys, whether we like it or not, they are not from wealthy homes. They don't have the basic education. That's these boys that we saw in the video. So if they have been privileged to come from maybe average homes, they've gone to primary school, secondary school, I'm not sure they will be found in this kind of situation. So they've been exposed from tender ages. Maybe they are doing Almajiri, or maybe they are dropout, or maybe they are orphans. You get. So that is one of the things that are affecting them. But I think it's the system. We just have to check the system. If not, this kind of things can still happen in the future. To take care of that, is it rocket science? People cannot be. People are just rolling on the street. Those people rolling on the street without education, they are threats to the
But
society.
who will
People that are propagating the Almajiri system, I blame them because some people condemned El-Rufai when he wanted to eradicate Almajiri system in Kaduna State. Some people condemned him. People condemned him. It almost cost him. They said they will not even vote for him second time for what he tried to do. Even this guy has condemned a lot of time. What's his name? Emir of Kano. So he has came out head on that this Almajiri system is not working. You cannot give back to children and you can't take care of them. You just push them to one place. They will now be begging and be all the way of that they are doing Islamic education.
what I'm even saying, you don't even understand me. What I'm saying is that who do you blame? Their legislators, the best bill they can bring is a Sharia bill. That is the best bill. So does it mean that they don't see these people in the streets to bring a legislative bill that will help keep these people out of the streets if they actually care for their people?
I don't think they care about their people because if they do, because some of the House of Rep members, the federal, they are trying in their constituencies to see what they can. I give you an example of somebody that just did in his own area. He took Almajiris off the street, he enrolled them in Western education, and they are doing very fine. Some of them are in university now. Those are individuals, and I think maybe some House of Rep members, either state or federal, are still doing that within their constituency. But I'm saying for us to have like a total overhaul of the Almajiri system, I think you are right. The National Assembly has to come out with a bill. What are they doing? They are changing national anthem. They are approving 160 million for themselves. You get what I'm saying? So they have their own scale of preference. I don't think the Almajiri system eradication is on their top scales of preference, in my opinion, because this thing has been lingering for so long. Even this afternoon, I saw, bros, even for Abuja, I see Almajiri. The last time I went to Guarimpa, I see Almajiri for Abuja. So what I'm saying, if you can see Almajiri in FCT, what you can become Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, you go see them now. So I think the people in the helms of affairs of this country, they are not ready to change this Almajiri thing. I don't know.